to right now because it sort of comes in. And it is the fact that what I have been working last 3 months, as you probably heard before when I was discussing with Lars, is this new system, new modeling instrument for creating an ecological and sustainable society. And it comes from also Busby's modeling wisdom and his roots of hippie times, where they had actually already Green Manifesto, where everything was worked out, how to have a healthy society, everything, all aspects of society. And but it is so it covers the main competence areas, and then you just start from scratch. You go back to your roots and don't use these corrupt institutions that society has been turned into. You should just have to create new ones that are pure and work for people. And there is the methodology. There is that we work peacefully, lovingly, and we don't criticize so much the troubles as we create these new structures. And it is found on NationalState.INFO webpage, and the main method there is to contact these owners. And but actually it's not the main method, it is one of the methods. But the main method is to become a tool of love. I am love, I love everybody and everything. And I can't be part of this system then, because this is not a love system. And then we, as more as I am love, I mirror my love in other people, and then they also have the strength to start this new system more and more. But we have to know what to do first and what to start first, and that's on that webpage we are dealing with this. And one of the first issues is to get back our money, our food supplies and living resources, our lands and our money instruments and our law. And we are going back there to Ting's courts, which were the old type of court. So if we create these old type of courts, we can say we don't trust in this society. We want to go back before this type of society. We started from old type. But we have to find these people who will start these old courts, these new media resources, new eco societies. But we don't need so many people. So spread the word and let's organize this sort of internationally, and then it might work, because by our plan we can make a referendum on a new model of society already in December. We just say this is unacceptable. Everybody sees this. This is a corrupt state model, and we want another one, and we make referendum on it. And it can go quite fast. And then we create a new bank, and we emit money, as every independent state can do. And we can already in January have welfare. So people can start to rehabilitation. Theoretically, if we sort of spread the word and get the light forces activated, it is truly possible, quite fast. We just have to do these key issues right. So we don't manifest the old type of society and stop communicating even with these parties or courts. They are all designed to work for different corporation state, yeah. But but then when we sort of started to organize, then we can contact these owners, slave owners, which are obviously Jesuits and even not Rockefellers and Rothschilds so much as Jesuits, and tell them that, hello, we love you, but now it's time to have a love society, and we have prepared for it, and let's do it. Sort of let it be, make it happen, lovingly, without any aggression.
Well, there I must say that some people that are really suppressive, you can't change them. You must stop cooperating with them.
Of course, but somehow but it's as you said before, they also allow some areas to have experiments, yeah? Because somehow you have to get acceptance of each other, so that they don't come on us with their troops as they do on Libya, or with their radiation as they did on Japan, or on Yugoslavia. We have to make some kind of love agreement that we will evolve now, that we will sort of do something differently. That's my point.
But love is sometimes serious.
What?
It has to be not self-depleting. What must be hard on people that want fear to rule.
But do you really think they do? I think it's some kind of non-love world where... Anyway, that's the only tool we have. That is love. We don't have any other tool, sort of.
No, but love is not just to
Yeah.
be self-depleting.
Okay, we will see anyway.
Yes. What about this green gathering in England? Did you mention what that was? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that was something that we attended. It was...
Along these alternative ideas and alternative models, you wanted to see what might be moving there?
Yeah, you exactly. It is on NationalState.INFO. I had a little presentation there in a red dress. You can see it video. But it was very short, and I didn't have a screen with the model points even. So it is an interpretation only, sort of spontaneous. But we were there 3 days of seminars, and there were all kinds of very powerful thinkers there. One was very, I don't remember the name right now, but it was one man who was, a couple of men actually, who were talking on that London bombings have all been organized by CIA, and they had made research on these things, and very, very, very well referred research.
Yeah, I've seen some rumors about this and some stories about this, just like there's same explanations to what happened in 9/11, yes, it was organized by the system itself.
So this is the scaremongering and sort of terror society. But I was also shocked. In London, you all the time hear these, oh, watch your cases, oh, check out. Yes. It's like being in London felt like being in war.
Yes.
They are all the time scaring you in the
because otherwise
in the
people
public
would never
place.
give up their freedoms and so on. But if they can say it's a national emergency, we're being attacked, we have to cut down on your freedoms and double check everything and
also these terrible things that happened now there.
Yeah.
God, they didn't allow police to interfere several days when those things happened.
There were riots now.
And they were sort of arranged. There are assumptions that it was also arranged just to martialize the laws, because the people are having enormous crisis there now, and they are cutting down their welfare very drastically, and
people would never accept it unless the government says it's because it's an emergency.
Exactly.
We are under threat. And so
exactly.
On. Yes.
And if you don't do it, then you will have this rioting
Anarchy
again.
in the streets.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Imagine, yeah. They have such a exquisite, scientifically systemized event sense. They stage it all so brilliantly, and and then they had even seminars on eco societies. Then they had seminars on ecological foods, and even there was a lot of climate change propaganda with enormous resources, of course, and then there was some input on peak oil, but overall, and Busby gave presentation on radiation. On his he had just returned from Japan then, and it was very strong experiences. And but what I was shocked over was that there was no solution to problems, as usual. It's like David Icke and company. Mm-hmm. They just criticize, and then they leave it to anarchy, sort of. Mm-hmm. But what Baltic Sun model and NationalState.INFO gives, it gives a new love order. It's not anarchy, it's love order. It's the highest competence order. And everybody who is in power has to love the living systems that they are granted power and access to. So it's a love order, and that's what I'm working with so much now. It's absolutely amazing. It's so powerful. So guys, I really am so happy that people still are so competent, and we have this hope that we can create a love order. We can really do it. It's not impossible, but it's so magical. And please check out NationalState.INFO, and because we need really so many board people who would create these new order organizations and make it happen soon and fast. And
instead of law and order, it'll be love order.
Yeah, love order, and it's sort of back to paganism and direct contact to the high source.
Mm-hmm. Well, very interesting.
Spirituality.
Yes.
But really, I must say, I sort of absolute miracles happen now when I have started to work like that.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, that we declared this model as mature, and three hours later, the president just sacked the parliament. Totally, it's like sort of there is. There is information contact. It is mm-hmm. there. Mm-hmm. There is no doubt about it. When you become love, and you just love and peacefully, there is some kind of magical contact that you reach. Yes. It is absolutely true. I have experienced it now so many times. So the main exercise is to love. Just be love, and everything will be well. And then the one point that is left is 2 points. Then the green kids in Germany. That is something that I was in contact with, and they suggested to go to some meeting in Austria. There was this summer, but I didn't manage to go there. But I am now in some network there too. So there is, by the way, very powerful stuff that has happened, and that is that in Vienna, in the end of May, was proclaimed coalition of non-nuclear states.
This year?
Yeah. And Latvia is in that coalition. It's 8 non-nuclear states that proclaimed coalition.
Vienna in May.
25th of May, I think. It is on our webpage. In the very front page, you will find it. And so there is an 8-state coalition working to stop nuclear approach. And
this has actually been up before, but maybe now it's really gone out publicly or officially.
Yeah, in Vienna there was an official meeting about it. And
what was it called? Alliance of Non-Nuclear States, or what was it
I
called?
won't be able to say that. If you want, I can check it out on the internet, on our page.
No, well, I'll find it somehow.
Yeah, but if you Google 25th of May, Vienna and
Or
non-nuclear
check out the
states,
homepage.
you will find it. And so they sent me also these materials that you have there.
Mm-hmm.
It's about deadly
They're from
uranium.
Green Kids.
Yeah, and it's about various nuclear industry.
Did Green Kids have anything directly to this, with this in Vienna to do?
Indirectly, not directly.
It's Austrian
no.
activists.
No. But I
Private
hope to get some contacts there so that we can sort of because I don't have personally.
I've been involved with those people, and so has Niels Henrik Hoge in Denmark.
Do you have any contacts in Austria?
Yes.
Yeah, that's something we could work on, because we are planning some kind of event.
The finance minister, used to be finance minister, participated in our meetings, and I've been there several times in such meetings.
In Austria?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's totally on our side. He's a radical too. I don't think he's a finance minister anymore. He may be justice minister or something else.
But we have to find him then.
Yep. Just like the environment minister in Latvia, I have a very good impression of him too.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
may not be totally on board to cooperate with NGOs, but he has said it himself that we should cooperate more with the NGOs.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Vejonis, yeah?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he's
he's very
spoken out against nuclear power. Even in Washington, in America, he spoke out against nuclear power and said it's just not sustainable.
Oh, you have noticed that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
great.
googled him and I found out what he's been saying about nuclear power before I went to Riga.
Yeah, so that's how it came on, that they
Yes.
in Vienna proclaimed this too, you know?
Yes,
It's very strong.
including Latvia.
Including Latvia.
Very good.
And then we have this
8 countries.
point about SKB spring meeting, which was in 5th of May.
You don't know if Germany was one of those 8 countries?
I think so, but I
Otherwise, now when they've decided to close down 5 reactors, they should be.
Yeah.
It should be very easy for them to make the decision now.
I would guess it was there. But no, I don't. But I'm not sure, because Germany is not a non-nuclear state.
No?
It is still a nuclear state.
Yes, yes.
So I'm not sure actually.
But if they have decided to phase out nuclear, they might qualify.
Yeah, I will check it out. This is important.
And now would be a good time to ask them,
Yeah.
why don't you join us instead? We're gonna phase out all this shit before we have a Fukushima in Germany.
Oh,
or
I don't
somewhere.
have it. The internet, you have it. BSRW, fix it.
Well, I'll give you back the internet here.
Okay.
Where was it? Where was it? It must be here. There you are.
Yep, there it is on the very front page. Anti-nuclear declaration of 8 EU countries, ministers of Austria, Greece, Ireland, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Malta and Portugal.
But not Germany yet. So
No.
that's a
No, this is really non-nuclear.
yes.
Not only anti-nuclear, but non-nuclear. They don't have any nuclear facilities. That's the point, yeah? Austria, Greece, Ireland, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Malta and Portugal. Declaration. So, maybe I should open it. So it was about reiterating the sympathy to Japan, of course, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And but they emphasized the view that nuclear power is not compatible with the concept of sustainable development,
Yes, of course.
and underlined their conviction that nuclear power does not provide a viable option to combat the
Climate change.
which is of course an issue that is questionable. If such a climate change is man-made by these CO2 emissions, that is quite a question still. But they are stressing the need to fully draw the lessons from the events in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And requesting that the design basis is radically reassessed and safety margins are clearly identified.
That's why they need ECRR.
Exactly.
Well, it was very good he went to Japan. That was a really smart, strategic move. And probably extremely interesting. He's a brave man, anyway.
Yeah,
Anytime.
he's unbelievable. They are applying to some European nuclear safety regulated groups. Principles for openness and transparency will be applied fully.
Yeah, I can look at it myself.
And called on the International Atomic Agency to enhance supporting role for national regulatory functions, including emergency preparedness, safety, facility material. And then they agreed that the further meeting of ministers and those of other interested states will take place in Athens in the fall of 2011, which is then very soon.
Jeg har den redan. Det kan være, det var din, som ramlede den her.
Ja, det var det.
So they will be meeting in Athens soon, which is something.
Yes, but they need government representatives. But they need us to influence our own government representatives, or find someone that might be interested in participating. But it's not NGO, it's GO. You know, it is government organizations. But the NGOs can campaign to make it happen and talk to.
And most importantly, the scientists that are in our and experts in our range.
Of course.
So, I think we are sort of starting to get done. Oh no, I didn't finish this spring meetings, yeah? SKB spring meetings on the 5th of May 2011. There was international spring meetings that I attended shortly. It was going on 2 days. Very widely attended from Europe and from the whole world. and I have filmed it. So it is on radioactive Baltic Sea region radioactive BSR channel on YouTube, and you can see what they said. But it's the usual. It's very sort of selective type of research, and very selective corporate people, and I was trying to get more people to go there, but they had very high attention fees, and they wouldn't negotiate for us to have any free access. And when I came there, they even bullied me. They didn't let me in until I signed that they can send me the bill that I'll get in. So it was very hostile, absolutely very hostile approach. But in the end, when I was there, so I managed to film it, and I attended some workshop on, not really workshop, but the presentation on what I was thinking what would be something close to radiation risk discussion. But it was not. It was assumptions on radiation risk discussion. So they were doing some science on discussing assumptions on it. Imagine? It's just unbelievable. It's such a trick.
Yeah.
They were having somebody there telling about how people think about risk. Not discussing what risks they create, but discussing how
the psychology of people's perception of risk.
Exactly,
and so on.
the psychology of people's perception on risk.
Yeah.
And in the end, sort of...
And how to manipulate it.
It's absolutely the only science they are interested of. And absolutely cynically, openly, sort of. And when I was trying to make a comment on this and say... There was a very nice researcher who was telling on this, and I was sort of... he was talking about, if I recall it right now, he was calling about how hard it is to make people to see the truth, to perceive it right. And then I made a question, but do you have any advice how we sort of active scientist administrators could help the industry to see the truth? Oh God, it was great, you know. So the scientist, he really took it sort of seriously, and he sort of was laughing and said that he has no answer. It's probably very hard. So I was.
Sure is.
Yeah, and by that point, that scientist, corporate scientist. You know her. I don't remember her name right now. I'm bad on names, but she's always there. She's the blonde old researcher from Norway. She just came to me and took away my mic aggressively, saying, "It's enough. We have no time. You're not allowed to speak." And they are really sort of rude. And I have it on video how she sort of interrupts
that's a
me.
Proof that they're scared of us anyway.
Yeah.
But I
don't think they sent me the bill.
No,
in the end, they didn't send me the bill because I was there only some 4 hours.
Yeah.
I did what I needed, and then I went away. And I talked to Saida that we will arrange this meeting maybe with Busby.
Yeah.
Maybe then sort of she thought, oh, okay, we won't torture them anymore. Sort of, we won't bill them. But so that's about the meeting. But there are videos. You can check it out on Radioactive BSR.
Yeah.
So and now you can find on Radioactive BSR even the previous year's meeting which was on the same date, 05/05/2010.
So radioactive is all small letters, and is there anything in between?
BSR.
Just
Radioactive BSR.
in one
In
word.
one word, on YouTube channel, yeah. And there are lots of videos, so you have to dig and check out. It's not very well organized because I haven't had time, but you will find them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I think we have gone through the issues, because the other ones are not here really. We are looking for the cashier, or what is the name?
Accountant.
Accountant, not really, not accountant, but cashier. Cashier, yeah. But I think we don't want to solve it here for today, and I have to take the issue with Åke.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
What was it that we added one point to dogwalking?
It was leaders of Studsvik.
No, it's about the 11th of September that
you're right.
Japan action.
You're right. So, what do we do? Can you tell your idea about it?
Well, they want us to make people notice that now it's half a year ago since the accident started, and we haven't seen the end of it yet, or to use it as the strongest reason possible to phase out nuclear, because now we've seen what can happen, not just in Russia, but in a highly technological Western society.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe we can both show support for Japan and their situation, and use it as an argument to change our ways, those countries that have nuclear power.
Mm-hmm.
Like Germany. Germany is a very good example. If all the nuclear states would do like Germany, we would be a good ways further.
Mm. Yeah. But what is the concrete idea? What shall we do?
What can we do? We can brainstorm. We can write a letter to the newspaper, call into a radio program, make a small demonstration with posters. Remember Fukushima, half a year has passed. Hope you haven't forgotten. What are we going to do about all our potential Fukushimas here in Sweden? If it can happen in Japan, it can certainly happen here, and it almost did in Forsmark a few years ago. And it could have been worse than Chernobyl there too, according to some of the constructors of the reactor.
Yeah.
That knew it from inside and said there was much more radioactivity. The wind was blowing straight towards Stockholm. If the same thing had happened there, it would have been 100 times worse.
But it is very soon. It is in 10 days almost.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be in Latvia then.
Mm-hmm.
What could I do there? I don't know. I have no concrete ideas right now what to do there.
Write a public letter to the newspapers.
Press release?
Yes, or just a reader's letter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice date
Mm.
to acknowledge. And actually, it's a very good idea. It's a very special date, and it's also sort of 11 September date. So it's the date where the pyramidal system terrorizes us, and it's the systemic fraud day. where we are being genocided.
Right. Letters.
Okay, that's a good impulse. Yeah, I'll try to
Call
fix
radio
that.
programs.
Mm.
On that day, there will probably be news items about this, that it's half a year ago, because journalists are pretty smart too. So they might be especially receptive to take a call
Yeah, exactly.
on the subject.
Exactly, you're right. You're
Call
right.
radio well,
You're right. That's a good idea.
small demo, but we probably don't have enough more manpower to do that, but we could. Or Stockholms FMKK's Stockholmsgruppe kunne samle sig sammen til at gøre noget. Og det har gået ud på nytlisten i dag, så hvis der er nogle af dem, der er lidt smarte, så kunne de godt. 5-10 mennesker kan lave en lille happening, en lille aktion.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then we are done with our plans for the day. Yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the meeting.
I was more careful in the beginning when I was writing notes. Here, when we got to point 5, I didn't take all the notes down.
Yeah, but then it would be nice to put it into digital form as soon as possible.
Yes,
if you could
yes, I
please.
could probably do it while I'm here. Are we going to continue this?
Maybe tomorrow
Are
morning.
we going to continue this meeting tomorrow or something, since Peter wasn't here? Well, Roland won't come. Åke, Peter and Åke, are there any chance that they would like to meet with us tomorrow, since they couldn't do it today? And what about your time?
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. Thank you for being with us.
Well, you had an interview with me about this Black Pope.
Yeah. Have another check out for the Black Pope interview.
And 2 of these 6 pages, if you don't count this one, and a newspaper article here, is constructive aspects on what you can do. So here the constructive things are in 2 pages, in words and in pictures. And if you want to take part of these pages, you can go on the internet on this.
But that is a Swedish site.
Yes, that is a Swedish site.
So
you are right.
it's not very useful.
No.
But anyway.
Maybe we can put it into English also.
But what you have to do is to check out for the Black Pope and the Jesuit order.
Yes.
That's the main point.
Yes.
Because
so if they want
the power structure, by your research,
then they just
ends up
look at the Black Pope on the internet, and then you can get very much about what is created hitherto. But these constructed pages they are only in Swedish for the moment. So for Swedes, that's very possible to visit this website address. Yes.
Yeah, got it. Thanks so much.
There they can find the.
We will be with you again. Let's take care of our world.
Yeah, they find it on the hidden empire, the dolda imperiet.